Listen closely. What I'm about to say will change how you see many people in your life. Think about how many you've supported and how many would never support you back. You've given your time, money, sleep, and peace, hoping they'd improve, but nothing changed. Helping the wrong people doesn't fix them, it drains you. In this video, you'll learn the 7 kinds of people Machiavelli said you should never help and who truly deserves your energy. 1. The chronically lazy. The silent drainers. Some people are not just resting for a short time, they have made rest their entire lifestyle. Laziness is not something they fall into by accident. It has become who they are. Excuses are the only language they speak. They always say tomorrow, later, or I'll try. But the truth is they never do. Comfort is their safe place, their routine, almost their personal belief system. They avoid effort the same way others avoid danger. When you help them, you think you are supporting someone who just needs a little push. But in reality, you are not helping them stand. You're carrying them on your back. Your effort becomes the bed they lie on. Your time becomes the cushion they relax on. Your hard work becomes the comfort they expect every single day. The more you help them, the more they believe that your energy, your strength, and your effort belong to them. They begin to see your support as their right, not your kindness. Machiavelli warned that people who refuse to act do not deserve the results of action. If someone is not willing to move, to try, to grow, or even to take responsibility, then the rewards of progress should not be handed to them through your sacrifice. When you constantly carry someone who refuses to walk, you're not saving them, you're slowly destroying yourself. Let them feel the weight of their own choices. Let them experience the consequences of their laziness. Growth can only happen when a person feels the discomfort of staying the same. Their progress is not your responsibility. Their dreams are not your duty. Your energy is too valuable to be used as fuel for someone else's comfort. You deserve relationships where effort flows both ways. You deserve people who meet you halfway. Saving someone who refuses to save themselves is not kindness. It is self-punishment. Affirmation. I release dead weight. I protect my energy. I choose to support only those who choose to grow. 2. The perpetually ungrateful, the entitled takers. Some people never truly appreciate anything you do for them. No matter how much time, energy, or effort you give, it is never acknowledged. They never say thank you. They never notice the sacrifices you make. Over time, your kindness starts to feel normal to them, and your effort becomes something they expect rather than something they're grateful for. Every favor, every moment you dedicate, every bit of support you offer slowly becomes invisible in their eyes. The worst part? The moment you set boundaries, stop overgiving, or refuse to serve them endlessly, they act hurt, angry, or offended. But it's not because they genuinely care about you. It's because their constant supply of your energy, time, and resources has stopped. Their disappointment is not gratitude, it's entitlement. They have learned to take, to expect, and to rely on your generosity as if it were their right. And the sad truth is, no matter how much you try to explain, teach, or guide them toward appreciation, they are unlikely to ever see your value. Machiavelli warned that men forget the good easily. The perpetually ungrateful are a living example of this. They forget every effort, every sacrifice, every kind act you offered freely. Instead, they focus only on what they feel is missing, or what you fail to give them. In their mind, you're never doing enough, no matter how much you invest. They do not measure kindness, they measure what they think they are owed. Continuing to help these people does not build their character. It does not teach them gratitude or responsibility. It strengthens their sense of entitlement and makes your generosity meaningless in their eyes. Your energy is not a resource for someone else's expectations. It is yours, and it must be protected. Every hour, every word, every act you give should matter and should be appreciated. If it is not, it drains you, reduces your patience, and erodes your boundaries. The only way to deal with the perpetually ungrateful is to set clear boundaries. Protect your energy, stop overgiving, stop explaining yourself, stop enabling their entitlement. You can be kind, generous, and supportive, but only where your effort is valued and your work is respected. Your kindness should never be a tool for someone else's expectation or selfishness. Affirmation. My kindness has boundaries. I give only where it is valued and respected. 3. The arrogant and self-righteous. The ego worshippers. Some people are not looking for help or guidance. They are looking for validation. They want to hear that they are right, that their opinions are superior, and that their ideas cannot be questioned. Their ego is bigger than reality, and they measure themselves not by their growth or achievements, but by how others see them. These people are self-righteous. They're convinced that they always know better, and they have no interest in learning or reflecting. When you try to help them, every suggestion you make is met with resistance. Every piece of advice is twisted into a critique of you. If you try to guide them, you are not actually helping. You're challenging their ego, and their ego is all they care about. They argue, dismiss, or reject what you say, often in a way that makes you doubt yourself. Even when you act with the best intentions, your help is never seen as help. It is seen as a threat or a challenge. Here's the danger. If things go well, they take the credit. They will present your efforts as their own achievement, as if everything you did never existed. If things go wrong, they blame you, accuse you, or justify their failures by pointing to you. Your guidance, your time, and your energy are transformed into tools for their self-image. They may appear charming or wise to the outside world, but behind the mask, your support is exploited for their ego, never for growth. Machiavelli said, "Men judge more by the eye than by the mind." The arrogant live by this principle. They care more about looking smart or superior than actually learning, improving, or achieving real results. They seek admiration, not transformation. They want applause, not insight. They want recognition, not reflection. Trying to force them to change is like pushing a wall, but worse, the wall fights back. The harsh truth is you cannot fix a mind that believes it already knows everything. Your role is not to break them or to teach them lessons they refuse to learn. Your role is to protect yourself. Step back. Withdraw your energy. Stop bending your patience around someone who cannot reflect. Stop wasting effort on someone who measures your kindness as a tool for their ego. When you stop engaging with their games, you preserve your peace. Maintain your focus and protect your energy. Helping the arrogant is not kindness. It is wasted effort. It is giving power to someone who cannot value it. Protect yourself. Step back. Let reality, not your sacrifice, teach the lessons they refuse to accept. Your peace and energy are too valuable to fuel someone else's ego. Affirmation. I protect my peace. My energy is not for anyone's ego. 4. The habitually wicked. The chaos creators. Some people don't just make mistakes or lose their way temporarily. Some people actively choose a life of harm, destruction, and manipulation. They do not stumble by accident. They walk a path that damages everything around them. They thrive in chaos and intentionally create problems for others. Their actions are calculated, their intentions are selfish, and their impact is destructive. While most people hurt others by mistake or ignorance, the habitually wicked hurt people by choice. These people are skilled at hiding their intentions. They can appear charming, polite, humble, or even kind. But this is only a mask to achieve their goals. They know how to gain your trust. They know how to make you help them. They know how to make your energy, time, and resources work for them while you remain unaware. Every favor, every act of kindness, and every opportunity you give them becomes fuel for their next act of harm. Your help, which is meant to support and uplift, becomes a tool in their hands to manipulate, deceive, and dominate. Machiavelli warned, "A man who harms will do so whenever it is useful for him." The habitually wicked live this truth every day. If betraying you benefits them, they will do it without hesitation. If using your resources makes their life easier, they will take everything. If dragging you into their chaos protects them from consequences, they will gladly involve you. And when the destruction is done, they feel no guilt, no regret, and no responsibility. They justify their actions, blame others, and rarely, if ever, apologize. Helping them is not kindness. It is participation in their destruction. Every ounce of energy you give, every favor you extend, and every moment you spend becomes part of their strategy. You become a tool for their chaos, a pawn in their game, and often the consequences of their choices touch your life as well. Your peace is shattered, your time is wasted, and your energy is drained. The only way to protect yourself is distance. Step away completely. Withdraw your help, your advice, your support, and your energy. Silence is your armor. Your boundaries are your shield. Protect your mind, your heart, and your life. Cutting off the habitually wicked is not cruelty, it is survival. You are not responsible for their destruction, but you are responsible for preserving your strength, your peace, and your freedom. Affirmation: I refuse to aid darkness. I protect my energy, my mind, and my life. 5. The incurably foolish. The unteachable. Some people are not ignorant, some are not inexperienced, but there is a type of person who cannot be taught, no matter how much advice, guidance, or knowledge you offer. They refuse to reflect, refuse to change, and refuse to learn from mistakes or consequences. Every lesson passes by them like water through a sieve. Nothing sticks, nothing grows, nothing improves. No matter how clear the guidance or how helpful your intention, they continue the same behaviors over and over, creating the same failures repeatedly. The incurably foolish do not take responsibility for their choices. Every failure, every setback, and every problem becomes someone else's fault. They blame circumstances, luck, or other people, but never themselves. They do not see consequences as lessons. They see them as injustice. Your advice, your support, and even your attempts to guide them are meaningless because their mind is closed to reflection. They are not learners, they are unwilling students. When you try to help them, your assistance doesn't build them up. It simply resets their cycle so they can fail again. Every rescue you offer gives them another opportunity to repeat the same mistakes, and every mistake reinforces their pattern of avoiding responsibility. Your patience is drained, your energy is wasted, your boundaries are weakened. You may feel frustrated, exhausted, or even hopeless because you see potential that they refuse to realize. Machiavelli said, "Experience is the teacher of all things, but only to those willing to learn." The incurably foolish are unwilling to learn. No matter how much guidance, time, or effort you invest, they will continue down the same path unless they choose to change on their own. Until that moment, your help accomplishes nothing except draining your strength, harming your focus, and eroding your patience. The only way to protect yourself is to step back. Withdraw your energy, stop being a part of their cycle, let them face the natural consequences of their actions. Let reality teach what you cannot. Stepping away is not cruelty, it is self-preservation. Your role is not to save someone who refuses to grow. Your role is to protect your energy, your mind, and your peace. Affirmation: I release those who refuse to learn. I protect my energy, my time, and my mind. 6. The Master Manipulator. The Invisible Puppeteer. Some people don't openly ask for help. They don't come to you with a simple request or a clear need. Instead, they work behind the scenes, carefully orchestrating situations to get what they want without ever being obvious. These are the master manipulators, the invisible puppeteers. They study your patterns, your habits, your values, and your weaknesses. They notice what makes you feel guilty, what makes you want to help, and what makes you fear conflict. Then they use it against you. They are experts at turning your kindness into their advantage. Every favor you do, every bit of support you give, and every compromise you make becomes a tool for them. They don't see your energy as something valuable. They see it as a resource to exploit. Your time, attention, and compassion are not respected. They are leveraged. Your boundaries are not honored. They are tested, bent, and used as their playground. They can be charming, polite, or convincing when it benefits them. Other times, they appear weak or helpless, knowing that your empathy will lead you to step in and give more than you should. Machiavelli said, "Men are driven by fear and desire. To control them, one must understand both." Master manipulators understand this deeply. They know your desire to help, your need to be seen as kind, your fear of conflict, and your hope to fix situations. They use all of this like strings in their hands, pulling you toward their goals without you even realizing it. The more you try to guide, reason with, or save them, the more they test your limits. Every act of generosity becomes a lesson in how far they can push you. Helping a master manipulator is not kindness. It is surrender. It is giving your strength away and letting someone else profit from your discipline, patience, and boundaries. You cannot teach them honesty, gratitude, or respect because they are skilled at bending reality to suit themselves. The only way to stop losing energy to them is to stop playing their game. Withdraw. Protect your attention. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Stop responding to their setups. Stop giving them the power to control your actions. Your compassion is valuable, but it should never be used as a leash for someone else's schemes. Silence, distance, and firm boundaries are your weapons. By taking back your energy, you regain your power. You cannot control the manipulator, but you can control yourself. You cannot change them, but you can stop being a tool for their plans. Affirmation: I take back my power. My energy is mine, and I give it only to those who respect it. 7. The Unrepentant Rebel Test. The Chaos Addicts. Some people know exactly what is right and wrong, what is safe and dangerous, what is responsible and reckless, and yet they choose to ignore all of it. These are the unrepentant rebels. They are fully aware of the rules, the consequences, and the impact of their actions, but they act anyway. They are addicted to chaos, excitement, and defiance. They thrive on testing limits, pushing boundaries, and proving that nothing will control them. Their greatest satisfaction comes from rebellion, even if it harms themselves or others. When you try to help them, your guidance is wasted. Every lesson you give, every warning you offer, every act of support is absorbed into their rebellion. Your patience, which you offer in good faith, becomes permission in their eyes. Your effort does not save them, it fuels them. Your compassion does not teach them lessons. It becomes a tool for them to continue defying boundaries. No matter how many times you intervene, they continue their destructive patterns. Machiavelli said, "A wise ruler must know when to use force and when to let the inevitable unfold." The unrepentant rebel is a living example of this principle. You cannot force them to change. You cannot reason with them into responsibility. You cannot fix a person who finds pleasure in breaking the rules, avoiding consequences, and challenging authority. Their rebellion is not a storm you can stop. It is a storm you must shelter yourself from. Your power lies not in saving them, but in protecting yourself. The only way to deal with them is to step back completely. Let the natural consequences of their actions teach what your help cannot. Withdraw your energy, your guidance, and your intervention. Protect your time, your patience, and your peace. Every act of mercy, every attempt to fix, and every rescue can become another opportunity for them to continue the cycle of chaos. By stepping away, you allow reality to become the teacher they refuse to listen to. Helping them is not kindness. It is feeding their addiction to disorder. Protecting yourself is not cruelty. It is wisdom. Your focus, energy, and boundaries must remain intact. You cannot control their choices, but you can control your path. You can remain grounded while they continue their rebellion. You can protect your life, your growth, and your peace while they face the consequences of their repeated chaos. Affirmation: I protect my path. I conserve my energy for those who choose growth, not destruction. 8. Helping the right people. Your secret power. Not everyone deserves your help, time, or energy. Some people will drain you, waste your efforts, and leave you exhausted. But some people are different. Some people are worthy of your energy. These are the people who are hungry, disciplined, accountable, and willing to fight for themselves even when life is difficult. Helping these people is not just kindness. It is a strategic investment in growth, influence, and mutual success. The hungry are those who are eager to improve. They do not wait for someone else to fix their life or carry their burdens. They take responsibility for their actions and seek opportunities to grow. When you support them, your guidance multiplies because they apply it. They learn, improve, and expand their impact. Helping them is not wasted effort. It creates results, progress, and loyalty. The accountable are people who own their mistakes. They do not blame circumstances, other people, or luck for their failures. They reflect, learn, and take action to improve. Your help empowers them further because they respect the effort you give and use it wisely. Accountability is the foundation of growth. By supporting accountable people, you are contributing to a cycle of discipline, learning, and achievement. The disciplined are those who have self-control, consistency, and focus. They are not perfect, but they are committed to their goals and work hard every day. Your energy, advice, and support reinforce their momentum instead of being wasted. They honor your help, respect your boundaries, and incorporate your guidance into their journey. Disciplined people are reliable, productive, and inspiring. Helping them elevates not only them, but also the people around them. Machiavelli's greatest lesson is simple. Your power does not come from saving everyone. Your power comes from being wise about where you invest your energy. It comes from choosing to help those who will grow, respect your guidance, and multiply your impact. Helping the wrong people drains you. Helping the right people multiplies you. Your time, patience, and resources are finite. Use them with care, strategy, and discernment. When you invest in the right people, you create a network of growth, loyalty, and influence. These people do not drain you. They rise with you. They learn from your guidance. They respect your boundaries. They repay effort with effort, kindness with gratitude, and growth with growth. This is your secret power, to give energy where it is valued and to protect it where it is wasted. Affirmation: I invest in growth, not destruction. I give my energy only where it creates impact and multiplies strength. Final CTA: if this opened your eyes, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who gives too much to the wrong people. Comment: my energy is not free. If you're ready to protect your power,